are tuning into Rise and Reset. I'm your host, Prunella Harris, and we are going to get started today with a great topic. We're continuing on our series of love and dating. So, when you get on in the room, come on in, say hello. And the first one to get on, good morning. Um, I see people are watching, but say hello so that we can make sure that you get credit for being our early bird special. All right. So, good morning to Wanda. Thanks so much for joining. Congratulations to Wanda. You are our early bird special winner. Let's see. I'm just writing down notes. So, Tawanda, you win a $5 Amazon gift card. Congratulations. And thank you all so much for getting up early and spending your morning with me as we rise and reset. Who knows what the week, what the day has ahead of us. So, thank you so much for getting on with intention so that we can have fun and start our week off great. Let's see who else is joining. I see Debbie Mancuso. Good morning. Yes, you are up. Keita Travels Hudson, thanks so much for joining, Keita. Nisi Chin is watching. Good morning, Nisi. Deborah Mancuso, good morning. Rise and shine, everyone. Judith Ferraro is watching. Good morning. All right. Kim Spencer, good morning. Cherie Sanders Watts, good morning. All right. So today we got a treat. Good morning, Michael. We have a treat today. We are talking about 5 love languages. So before I go any further, what I want you to do is go ahead, tag your partner, tag your friends, tag anybody that you think would benefit from this message. Let's get this out to as many people as possible. So yeah, it is February. Valentine's Day was a couple days ago, but we want to keep the momentum going. We want to not just show love on Valentine's Day, but we also want to keep our relationships healthy. We want to keep the lines of communication open. So this is a great topic, and it helps us refocus not just on what we want, but on helping our partners hear our heart. Okay, so go ahead, tag a friend, get this message out, share this out, tag. All right, who has joined us? Let's see. Nichelle, Nikki Carroll has joined us. Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for joining. All right, so a couple household items. If you have won a prize on Rise and Reset and you have not received it, please inbox me. I have a couple of unclaimed prizes. I definitely want to make sure that they land where they're supposed to land. So they're actually electronic gift cards. All you do is you have to activate it, though. You have to claim it. So make sure that you reach out to me and we'll go dig down and find out where your prize is. So yeah, the 5 love languages. Let's go ahead and get into it. For those of you who are new to me, who are just joining for the first time, I'm Prunella Harris. I'm a licensed clinical social worker and founder of Restorative Family Services. And what we do at Rise and Reset is we provide mental health education. We provide wellness tips, just a way to get mental health awareness out there to everyone. These are practical tips that you can just put a part of your daily routine to keep you healthy. So thanks for joining us. We hope that you continue. I'm here every Tuesday at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so for those of you who follow our page, I posted a quiz, the 5 love languages quiz. So hopefully you guys took that quiz. If not, I am going to put this in the chat so that you can go ahead and when we're done, you can access the quiz. I'll also have it in the description of this video so that you can come back to it. But don't worry, if you didn't take the quiz ahead of time, that's okay. We'll be going through this and I'll be asking you to let me know what you think your love language is. So what is this whole thing about love languages? Well, Gary Chapman, he's a psychologist of 35 years. He came up with the 5 love languages, which details how individuals like to receive love. So sometimes we would love our partners the way we want to be loved. And when you are aware of the five love languages, you're aware that you can express love in different ways, and love can mean something different to different people. So it goes over five popular love languages, so that you can start to learn your partner's love language so that they can actually hear and receive the love that you want to express. Sometimes we start loving I know I'm guilty of this. We love our partner the way we want to be loved. So if our love language is acts of service, we try to do a bunch of things when their love language could be something different, could be words of affirmation, and they care not about the acts of service. That's not landing on them correctly. So when we communicate, we want to make sure that um, our intentions actually land the way they should. And so, in order to do that, we have to increase our social intelligence, or our intelligence of the other person, how our behavior impacts the other person. Not so much about what we think, what we feel. That's a very egocentric way of showing love. And that doesn't take into account our partner's thoughts, feelings, emotions. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. Oh, well, I see some people have joined us. Thank you all for sharing this out and bringing your community on. All right, let's see. Say hello, guys, so I can shout you out. I don't. Okay, Carrie Siskowski. I hope I said that right, Carrie. I know that book well. Great book. Oh, great, Carrie. So you're going to be able to add some interesting discussion as we go through this. All right. So if you guys don't have the book and you want to purchase the book, you can purchase the book online, Amazon. I believe you can get this book from Gary Chapman is the author. Five Love Languages, and the image looks like the image on this live. So, all right. So let's go ahead and dig down into it. Now, as we go through this, I do want you guys to let me know where you stand. So I'm going to go over these different love languages, and I want to hear from you guys. All right. So the first love language we have is words of affirmation. So if you fall under this type of love language, actions don't always speak louder than words. If this is your love language, unsolicited compliments mean the world to you. Hearing the words, I love you, I appreciate you, thank you so much for doing that. You're such a great person. You're a great leader for this family. Things of that really speak to your heart, speak to your spirit. Now, with words of affirmation, if that is your primary love language, when you are criticized or when someone says something unkind to you, that can really shatter your spirit because that is your love language. And when people are unkind, it really wounds you deeply. So if you have number one as your love language, go ahead and type number one into the comment section. Type number one into the comment section. So if you're wanting to express love to someone whose love language is words of affirmation, what you would do is shower them with compliments, talk to them about what you appreciate, tell them why you love them. They really are interested in the verbal expression of love. All right. So let's see what's going on in the chat. Let me see. Malika Collins is joining us. Good morning, Malika. Kim Spencer, hey. Candia, hello. Chantel is here. She says that's her jam. All right. Chantel agrees. Chantel, your love language is number one. Okay. Words of affirmation. So words speak volume. So if you have a partner whose love language is words, making sure that you are careful with your tongue because the tongue can either build up or can destroy. So calling names, being overly judgmental or overly critical can really injure your partner deeply. All right. All right. Nisi Chen says words of affirmation is hers as well. Okay. All right. And if you guys go through this and you're like, okay, not sure, you can always answer later because I'm going to ask again later. All right. So let's go on to number two. Number two, quality time. So the second um, love language is quality time. So if quality time is your love language, I love you like full undivided attention. That is what you crave. You just want to be in the presence of your loved one. Being there is a type of just expression of that person's love. Whether you could just be sitting in the closet folding laundry, but just being in the same room, that person making time for you. Um, Being there for this type of person is critical, but really being there, being present, really not just being in the room on the cell phone or watching TV, but really being present and in tune with this person, with the TV off, just looking into each other's eyes, maybe doing chores together, talking. Um, but quality time is being present. All right. So some of the things that may get in the way, if this is your love language, I'm sorry, I got something on my screen I'm trying to get off. If this is your love language, then, someone who cancels dates, someone who doesn't hold up their end of the bargain or doesn't make commitments or follow through on their commitments that they've promised will injure you deeply. So definitely, if you have a partner with this love language, making sure that you do what you say you're going to do, that you're where you say you're going to be. And if you're promising to spend time, that you actually are there, that even if work gets a little busy, that you are carving out time for your loved one because they're viewing this. If this is their love language, they're viewing that lack of priority, that lack of time as a lack of love. So if this is your love language, go ahead and put number 2 in the comments. I see some number 2s coming up. Kim Spencer says this is definitely her. Debbie Mancuso, before I even finished the description, had number 2. So this is definitely your love language. And so when you get into relationship, communicating that, or communicating that to your partners, because this is what I need to feel love. All right. How are we doing over there, guys? All right. You're following along. All right. Wonderful. So let's go ahead and get into number 3. Number 3 is receiving gifts. So this love language involves gift giving. So don't mistake this love language for materialism, right? The receiver of gifts thrives on the love, the thoughtfulness, and the effort behind the gift. So it doesn't have to be a very expensive gift, but just the mere fact that you thought of them shows them that you love them. This is how they like love to be expressed. So if this, if you have a partner who has this love language, the perfect gift or gesture shows that you know them, that you have been listening to them, and that is an expression of love for them. That you might have heard them mention that they ran out of conditioner and you went up and picked up their favorite conditioner. Or you might just have been looking and they've been searching for this perfect watch and you go ahead and pick up the perfect watch. That means the world to them because they know that they're in your thoughts, that you're listening, that you're in tune with them. And that is how they prefer love be expressed. So if you have a partner who is whose love language is receiving gifts and you forget to get them a gift for their birthday, or you forget to or you don't take the time to be thoughtful in your actions and things of that nature, it can really wound them. It can really tell them that they're not a priority in your life, that they that you don't care for them, that you didn't think of them. Or if you do get a gift and it's not something that they would really like, they will take that as you not understanding them or you not listening to them. All right. So if this is your love language, go ahead and put number 3 into the chat. If number 3, receiving gifts, is your love language. All right. So we have so far gone over 3 love languages. First love language was words of affirmation, and that is speaking kindness. People who with this love language really care about the words that you speak and your verbal expression of love. Quality time. People with this love language care about you being present and spending time with them, your undivided attention, having that creating emotional connections through time spent. And individuals with number 3, receiving gifts, care about the thoughtfulness, that you were thinking of them when you went away on that trip and you brought back gifts because you miss your family. Those, that type of love language is, love language requires thoughtfulness. It's just not about the actual gift. It could be a made up card or anything like that. But it's just the thought that really counts for them. All right. So let's see. We don't have any number 3s in the audience. Okay. No number 3s. All right. Let's see. Sharice Sanders Watts says she was number 2. And Denise, the healing session, said number 1. Okay. So we're going on to number 4. Number 4. Let's see. Do we have any new people join? If new people have joined, guys, you're joining our account of the 5 love languages. I'm Prunella Harris, licensed clinical social worker, and I'm going over the 5 love languages by Gary Chapman. So we are on number 4, and let me tell you guys what number 4 is. Number 4, acts of service. I get excited about this because this one is definitely mine. I get all excited. So acts of service is actions, doing actions, and someone with the act of service love language really looks for their partners to do things that show their love. So let's say you're overwhelmed and your partner will try to take something off of your plate. So that could be cleaning the house, that could be mowing the lawn, that could be bringing you some coffee, to get what you need done. That could be, quarterbacking for you with, the kids, or taking on what I'll run this errand. But acts of service is an action. All right. So think about vacuuming. Vacuuming the floors can be a really nice expression of love. Cleaning the bathrooms, mowing the lawn, anything to do to ease the burden of responsibilities weighing on an acts of service person. So someone with that love language will speak volumes because they're looking for someone to really be in tune and see, hey, I'm struggling, but you know what? I'm going to pull my sleeves up and I'm going to struggle with you. You're not going to struggle alone. I'm going to take some things off your plate so you don't have to be alone. And that's what individuals with acts of service love language really look for. The words he or she most want to hear is, let me do that for you. So if you have a person whose love language is acts of service, laziness, broken commitments, and making more work for that person is like the opposite. It's the antithesis of showing love. So that shows to them that you really don't care about them. They view it as a lack of love when you're not willing to put in the work. So if your love language is number 4, acts of service, go ahead and put number 4 in the box, in the chat. I'm sorry. Go ahead and put number 4 in that chat area. All right. So let's see. Cherise has a question. It says, can you have more than one love language? Yes. When you take the quiz, they list your top 3. and they have you score it. I posted the quiz in the chat box for you guys to do right after this, but I'm also going to post it in the header so it's easy to get, so you don't have to watch the replay to get it back. It'll be in the header. But yes, you can have more than one. Most people have more than one, but they typically have a group of ways that they like love expressed to them. Denise Flightman says she's number 4. Debbie Daniels Peacock says she's number 4. Sounds like me. Yes, me too. I'm with you, ladies. I'm right there. Nisi Chen says number 4 as well. Yes. All right. So here's our last one for today. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Okay, there we go. So physical touch, number 5, physical touch. Now, physical touch isn't only sexual touch, but it has a lot to do with a loving touch. So a person whose primary love language, whose physical touch is a very touchy person. They like holding hands. They like the public display of affection. They like hugs. They like pats on the back or rubbing the back or holding the hands. Just thoughtful touches, like a arm around the shoulder or a nice caress of the face. They can always be. They can all be ways to show excitement, concern, care, and love. So these individuals love just the human touch, human connection, love connecting. Kisses on the forehead, kisses on the cheek, kisses are a nice way for individuals who primary love language is physical touch. So someone who has this love language of physical touch can be wounded by a partner if there is neglect, or physical abuse can be very unforgivable, and it can be very destructive. Not that physical abuse is ever good for anyone, whether that's your love language or not, but it is deeply, when someone has this as their love language, it can be a deeper wound, it can impact them very deeply because they're looking for this as an expression of love. All right. So neglect. So that means, if your partner isn't paying any attention, is very distant, that can wound someone with the physical touch, primary love language. All right. So who has number 5 as their primary love language? All right. So Tawanda Seymour says she's 2 and 5. Sharice Sanders Watt says she's 5. Candia says 3. Nisi Chin says 4. Okay. And I see Nisi Chin says 5 too. 2, 4, and 5. I need a little of each. Most of us do. Yes. So don't feel bad about that. Most of us do. Stacey Ellis says 5. Tawanda says 2 and 4. Nisi 1, 4, and 5. All right. So I can't wait for you guys to check this quiz out to see if your guesses were right. So the quiz asks you some very pointed questions, and it will determine what your top 3 are. Denise says 5. Okay. All right. So let me just review for those of you who joined in the middle. There are 5 love languages. Let me go ahead and take you through all 5 of them. So number 1 we talked about was words of affirmation. Your words can either build or destroy. So making sure that if your partner has the words of affirmation, that you are very careful with what you say, how you say it, because this individual uses this as a way of to measure how much love you have for them. All right, quality time. So quality time, if this is your partner's love language, making sure that you are completely present, that you put your phone down, that you give your partner your undivided attention. All right. And number 3 is receiving gifts. So these are thoughtful gestures, thoughtful gifts, could be a cup of coffee, could be just, hey, I saw you looking at that last week, wanted to surprise you with this. But it shows thoughtfulness, that you're thinking about them, that you care about them, and that they matter. Okay. Number 4 is acts of service. So, taking the burden off of your partner, really doing things, pulling up your sleeves, helping your partner move and maneuver through life much easier is what acts of service. So if your partner has the acts of service, whatever thing you can do to take the burden off of them would help them. And that's how they measure love, expression of love. That's how they receive it. And the last one is physical touch. Whether it's a hand holding, whether it's a morning kiss, a hug, if they're sad, but they're really looking for expression of love in that manner. All right. So guys, that, I always love talking about the love languages, because it helps you improve your social awareness. And this isn't just for romantic partners though. Our children have certain love languages. There are teenage love languages. When you visit the website, you see that they have a quiz for each one of them. There are some ways you can parent your child that will show that you care and love, depending on what their love language is. So this is a very neat way to increase your social awareness. All right. Okay, so I have a few announcements before we get into the fun stuff. There's another opportunity to win a $5 Amazon e-gift card coming after this. I just want to go through a few announcements. We have our email list. If you guys are enjoying wellness tips, we put out a monthly email to our email list. You can go ahead and join that by visiting our website at www.restorativefamilyservices.com. So go ahead and get on our email list. If you're a part of our Facebook community, go ahead and click on like. If you're not, click on like and follow, and make sure you get notified every time we go live. That way you don't miss one of these lives. I'm back here every Tuesday at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'll be covering a different topic each week. Next week, we're going to be talking about trauma and how it impacts relationships, because your experience, you bring it in. When people talk about bringing in baggage, you bring in trauma, whether it's generational trauma, whether it's trauma from your last relationship. But we want to talk about that. We want to unpack that and help give you some tools to improve upon that. Okay. We are accepting, Restorative Family Services is accepting new clients. If you're located right in PA, give us a call. Our information is on our website. That's www.restorativefamilyservices.com. We have a few things that we're offering. Our teen support group, because we know that our teenagers are struggling during this pandemic. So we do have a virtual support group. So if you're a parent and want to get your teen involved, go ahead and click on contact us and we'll give you more information. Last, I'm hosting the Boundary Busting Bootcamp again, which is a 6-week group on, 6-week workshop on teaching women how to set healthy boundaries in relationships. So you can go ahead and request more information on that on our website. All right, guys, you know what time it is? It is time for the riddle. This one was cute. I enjoy putting this one together. So go ahead, crack your knuckles, get your thumbs. If you're texting or watching from the phone, get your thumbs ready. And let's get ready for riddle time. All right, so here's the riddle. What did the paperclip say to the magnet? That's a good one. I'm going to give you a hint. It's all in line with the theme that we're talking about today. Paperclip and magnet. Who thinks they have it? Go ahead, type it in. The winner of whoever gets the correct answer first will receive a $5 Amazon e-gift card. Those gift cards add up. So, what did the paperclip say to the magnet? You're close. Kim says, I'm stuck on you. Not quite, but you're close. Keep going in that direction. Think about what magnets do to metal. That's a, a hint. You guys can phone a friend. Um, so Tawanda has it, but Tawanda already won a prize. So all you have to do, Kim Spencer says you're attractive. Yay! Okay, I'll take that one. All right, so Tawanda and Kim are our winners for today. It says, I find you very attractive was the answer. I'm going to give it to, all right. All right, guys, I hope that this information is helpful in improving relationships with partners. Go ahead and take that quiz. I'm going to have that quiz highlighted in the heading of this live, but you guys enjoy your day on purpose. All